Morning everyone, how's everyone doing? So it's sample creation Thursday, so I'm going to use this little kind of template here to create a sample which I can then use tomorrow to make a track with, as I did last week. Check it out if you haven't already, last week's session. So this is there's a track called Scared Money, I believe it's called, by Anderson .Paak, and I really liked it, and it's a sample of BB&Q Band, and I bought the sampling yesterday and I did my best to recreate it. The drums, I just went really super basic because I found that when I did the thing last week, I ended up just bypassing the drums. So actually, there's not really much point in spending ages on the drums because it's actually quite useful to take the sample without the drums. So the drums are just basic, but everything else, I tried to match the sound. I mean, I did this very quickly, but I quite like the way it sounds, actually. I'll play it with the drums. Okay, so my aim with this is to create samples that sound like they're old samples, obviously. But just check this out. This is a RC20, which is a mad plugin. So I'll take it off. So it gives you that kind of retro vibe. It's really cool. I mean, it sounds cool without it as well, actually. But yeah, it does sound pretty cool with it, I think. Yeah, the idea is to create a kind of sample, which is no one can come after me for copyright, basically, but it sounds like it's inspired by whatever the original sample that I've chosen to emulate is. In this case, the BB&Q Band sample. I've recreated this kind of stuff, and I've tried to recreate the notes as well. But what I had to do was, because my guitar playing skills are just not good enough, and I'm fighting a bit of a losing battle at the moment trying to play guitar on my stuff because I'm just not good enough, and I'm spending all my time that I devote to instrument development and composition development to the piano. So I use this Funk Guitarist plugin from Native Instruments, but actually this is quite useful because what I've done now is I've actually generated an alternative guitar part, which is nothing to do with the original. That isn't in the original, and in fact the muted guitar is also not in the original. I've added that in because I love muted guitar. So these parts are entirely original, although inspired by the sample. So I've saved the sample as it is. So what I can do is just go ahead and try and change up some of the sounds, basically, so that there's not going to be any problem with it being exactly the same. Basically, I don't want it to be a cover version, is what I'm trying to say. So the main hook, the main thrust and hook of the track is this kind of this little like brassy kind of part plays here. So I'm going to try and play something in which is kind of inspired by that and similar, and let's see what comes out. So I quite like that actually. So if I do shift and R in Logic, I can just play that. I can basically capture the last played recording, even though I wasn't recording, which I can't do all the time because it's quite cool because it tricks you into jamming. But then you've got it recorded anyway, so a bit rushed. Yeah, I think that works. Flatten. This is going to need to be quantized. I find it hard sometimes to play completely in time when I don't even know what I'm playing. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. So let's see what it's like quantized. Maybe we could go. Now, hopefully, if I add some modulation in here, I can add in some vibrato. Would be cool. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what it's like in the whole thing. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 this needs to be much tighter. That's nice. So guys, just give me a second. Da, 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 da. Okay, cool. So that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. So it's kind of, already I don't think it sounds. This bit here is pretty much identical, but they do something quite funky with the chords there, which I think it'd be hard to change. But I'm hoping it's not going to be too similar. Now, what I might do here is just duplicate this track here because I've got two different layers to the horn part. I use horn loosely, the kind of FM synth kind of slightly brassy kind of sound. I actually don't know if I like that anymore. Might lose that one. So I'm always trying to get like vocal kind of stacks in there. I just love vocal stacks. I've got a couple of plugins that I can use for that. It sounds like the Seaside, doesn't it? That plugin, the noise on there. I've got a couple of plugins I like to try. None of them are perfect, to be honest. I wish I could have had someone like I could just call on just to give me some bars and ooze. Well, I've tried to do it myself, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just can't do it because sorry, it's me doing it, but it never quite feels usable. That works. Let's recreate that same vibe. Okay, I think that sounds cool. Now, a plugin I've been using a bit recently is the Tau J8. I actually just did a video series for Groove 3 on this era plugin. So let's try and get some vibes going with this. So I made a bass sound. nothing really sticking with this actually. I'm going to leave the bass because actually it would make sense to leave that for when I make the track, because maybe I can add the bass underneath. But I'm a little bit worried that there doesn't seem to be a bass line that really kind of sits out well with it. Because the actual live bass is playing kind of a strange note actually, but it kind of works. But anyway, so what else could I try here? Let's try. I don't really know if this is quite the vibe, but I just love the flute, so let's try putting some flute in. Why is that not working? Maybe I've. It's a bit weird. Okay, so let's change this to staccato. No, nothing really sticking there. The hard thing is it's actually quite hard to work out exactly what the key is. Okay, so it kind of feels like D minor, but yeah, I think D minor seems to be the closest fit. So let's try some other things. East west. This is going to be some vocal kind of stuff. Let's go try Voices of the Soul. Let's try phrases. Let's try. I'm never sure if these are major or minor, but let's try F because that's the relative major of F minor. D minor, sorry.
No.
No, that's not working. Right, I'm going to try something different. I'm going to go to Contact. All right, the guitar plugins just crazy. Just never knows when to be quiet. So let's go to Glaze. This is the vocal kind of thing, which is quite cool. Switch off the second layer and let's try some D minor kind of hooks. Right, that's not going to work because it's got some weird effects on them. So initialize. Nothing really there, jumping out. I quite like something, one of the bits in there, I think. That it's quite nice. Kind of like that, but is that what I just recorded in? Yes, it was. Okay. Not too bad. That's all right. Why did that do that? Okay, don't know why that made a comp like that, but that's fine. So it's kind of feeling all right. Maybe not a second time. So the beauty of this, there's a couple of things. Well, actually, it's a bit harder with the vocals, but one of the beauties of this is that actually, because this is all MIDI now, what we can do is do kind of cool stuff like this, and just like, oh, what is this all transposed for? Okay, so let's normalize the transposition to start with, and then we can do cool stuff like this. Or we could if the guitars weren't going out of tune. Yeah, so it's a bit hard with the guitars, but yeah, you can kind of tune it up because these recordings are all multi-sampled individual recordings. So actually, if you tune it, you get a whole new kind of performance of it, which is going to be subtly different, which is quite cool. Okay, so this is what we've got. But I can do stuff like this as well, maybe change the tempo. So what I can do tomorrow when I actually work on the track idea with the sample is just actually manually do the tempo with Serato sample that I'm going to use. So yeah, that should be quite cool. And also, like, obviously once we have it as recorded as a sample, I can kind of do little loop little portions of it and stuff like that. So that'd be cool. Cool. So that I'm happy with that. So I'm going to bounce that down. What I might do is first I'll copy that across and maybe have a loop with the vocal in there and one without, because it's maybe a little bit well, I forgot the guitar. Yeah, the vocal might be a little bit too much, but let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure actually. I do actually like the vocal. It's maybe a little bit too R&B. And I'm not sure if the key is quite right. It just sounds a bit weird. So maybe we'll lose the vocal. Cool. That's going to be my sample for tomorrow's sample flipping session. So let's bounce it down. I'll call it Winner's Circle. That was the original track name. Winner's Circle sample. 85 BPM. And yeah, so tomorrow, watch me in the morning. I'm going to bring this into Serato sample, mess around with it, create some loops, create some chops and stuff like that. I might just bounce it without the retro sample on as well, retro color, sorry, because I might want to add that afterwards. No retro color. So then I'm ready for tomorrow to basically make a track idea with this sample. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching it. It was quite a short one today actually. And I'm getting much quicker at doing this because it was a fairly short session yesterday to get the sample kind of dialed in a little bit. So so that's a positive. And it was quite quick today just to come up with an alternative part. So that's cool. So yeah, make sure you tune in tomorrow and I'll make a sample. Obviously you can watch it on catch up as well if you miss it. But have a great Thursday, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.